Attention, attention. IPOB One Family. This announcement is for those outside of the USA that wish to donate to the Eastern Security Network Fund that is based in the United States. Because of the fees that donators have to pay the bank when sending wires, we recommend that if you're sending less than $250, that you donate through the IPOB USA website. It's fast, simple, and less expensive for you. Go to our website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is www.ipobinusa.org/donate and make your contribution. When it comes to keeping our people safe, every bit counts. After all, the security of our communities is our responsibility. Let's make this happen together.
Yeah, Mr. Bella once again. Wisdom, heal it, come on. Yeah.
Say Biafra will not last forever. They say happy up in no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? What do they see? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. No. Biafra will live forever. 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 Ogerugo manige tetanura. The lovers of Biafra. This is the time we need to come together and fight for what is belong to us. Ogerugo maniga bandizu. What make us a giant of Africa? Adapro chintina sugo. Mbogeru nisina nyama kweno. Hello Lisa Binigwe. Out of his wisdom, giving us somebody like nnamdi for this our rescue mission. Biafra will not last forever. They say happy up in no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. Oh no. See you joke, our hero have the 14 never stop. Nnamdi cannot but no can we stop. They cannot stop. Biafra will live forever. Believe me now.
But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution.
Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I am. Oh yes, I am. Oh yes, I am. Oh yes, I know. Yes, I am. Oh yes, I am. Oh yes, I am. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Oh yes, I know. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. 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 Oh yes, I know.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to this program. Welcome. You are watching live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 1, live and direct on YouTube, live and direct on other social media platform. This evening we have come to expose to you what is going on that you don't know. We have come to make exposition on how the Caliphate in Nigeria are sponsoring the insecurity you see happening all over Nigeria, especially in the southern Nigeria and in the southeast, Biafra, which is called Biafra, or in the old eastern region called Biafra. You are going to understand what is happening, and the essence of this broadcast is that the dragon flag will continue to go high. And we are going to resist all the sponsored insecurity in our land. Biafrans, we will fight and we will resist this insecurity. Both the state-sponsored, using the state actors and non-state actors. We will protect our women, we will protect our children, because as we see today, the military, they are on rampage. Most of them are not really military. They did not undergo military training, how to treat civilians. Some of them are Boko Haram, so-called repentant Boko Haram, and they have been recruited into Nigeria Army. Some of them are long-serving officers who along the line swear an oath of allegiance to defend and fight for Boko Haram. So this evening, the dragon flag will continue to raise, will continue to be high, and we are going to protect our land. We will protect it with everything available to us. I want you to sit back and watch how the Nigeria government is carrying out this planned insecurity. I have come to tell you this evening, not just telling you, but expose this evening with facts and the evidences of the Nigeria federal government complicit in the insecurity in Alibo, insecurity in Benue State, insecurity in the Middle Belt, insecurity in Yoruba land, insecurity across Nigeria. This insecurity you see across Nigeria is being planned and being sponsored by the federal government to make a leeway, give way for the Fulani conquest of Nigeria. This is a long time planning, and this evening we will start the exposition to teach the people to understand what is coming to them and the need to rise against the politicians that we have identified to be willing to for the government to continue to carry this attack against the citizens. The revolution will take place and nothing will stop it. I call on Biafrans to be resolute, to be strong, because this is not the time to back down. This is not the time to back down. We are going to confront our enemy and we will defeat them. It doesn't matter. We do not have military aircraft. We do not have all those things they have. But believe me, the spirit of Biafra, the spirit of the land that they are marching will come against them from today. The spirit of our ancestors will blind them. The spirit of Biafra and the God in heaven will bring confusion in their midst. And every decision they do to continue killing our people will fail from today. I want to call on Biafrans to be very resolute, very strong, because this is one of the most important moments, important time as we continue to fight to restore Biafra. Let me also make it very clear. Biafra people are peace-loving people. We are ready for referendum through a democratic process. But because we have come to know and understand the intention of the Caliphate, which is to use terrorism to shut everybody up, because we understand the intent, we understand their plan, we know they will never go for referendum. That is the last thing they are going to do. They have to plan and they have to attack us. They have to make sure they have utilized all other terrorism measures again or available to them. Only after that terror have failed, they will now look into possibility to have a democratic disintegration of Nigeria. We know that will be the last option. We are going to follow them shoulder to shoulder. We will fight and we'll fight to finish. But let me tell you, as we are embarking on defense of our land, believe me, we will turn the other side. We will turn the other side around. So on this note, I ask you to wake up, wake up, wake up, open your brain, come to this program without having anything in mind. Open your mind and listen to what I'm about to do this evening. Because after this evening, you will never remain the same. You will never ever remain the same, including those who parade themselves as governors and they are being used as willing tools to kill our people and install fear in them in the name of bringing Operation whatever downfall and Operation Crocodile. Biafra, as far as we are concerned, as far as Biafra is concerned, we will protect our land without looking face. We are going to step on toes. We are going to insult you. We will not just insult you, but we will march on you and march on your toe if you are the reason why our people are being killed. Thank you very much. Welcome to this program this evening. It is going to be very explosive. And what I have come to do is to first of all explain to you what is going on, bring them and join them together, and you can begin to connect to what is happening in reality. Now, I want to first of all make you understand that Nigeria today, there are different ways of this caliphate taking over Nigeria. They have planned a lot of things. And the banditry you see is one of them. The herdsmen you see is one of them. Boko Haram is one of them. ISWAP is one of them. And what have you. Now, that is the reason why you see that in northern Nigeria, some of them in northern Nigeria are beginning to change their stand. They are telling you Boko Haram is also fighting for Arewa. We have had some of them, some of the activists from the northern Nigeria say it. We have also had them, begin to make comparison between Boko Haram and Biafra agitators, which is completely out of place. But we have seen that. And we know there are no similarity between these two different groups. Now, the issue of Chiwetalago will also go a very long way. And then one of our mother who was molested as well, will go a long way to make you understand that when you say you are not IPOB, when you say you are not this, you are not that, is just because you have not put on any regalia that have Biafra or that have Biafra flag in it. Once you do that, automatically they call you indigenous person of Biafra. That is how formidable this movement has become. So they don't know any other person. The same thing when they begin to kill people in the north, they don't say this one is Igbo and this one is not Igbo. They kill everybody that is not a Muslim and that is not a Northerner. They kill you in the name of killing Igbo. So that is why it is very imperative, very, very important you understand your problem and the need for you to join forces with us. Because when we get this freedom, we are not going to say you must not come to Biafra. When we get this freedom, some of you will be the one, some of you that are against the Biafra agitation today will be the one to enjoy it most. Some of you will be the most proud people on earth flying Biafra color. But all we need now from you is for you to understand that there is need for this freedom to come. And there is need to rise up against anything, against anybody, against anything and against anybody that is against Biafra. Now, I want you people to understand, that what you see today, the attack you see in Anambra State is well planned. The attack you see in Imo State is well planned. The attack you see in Ebonyi State, Enugu State is well planned. Who planned it? The federal government of Nigeria, using so many people. One of them is a man called Yakubu Musa Katsina, otherwise called Kafanchan. Some of you may have seen a lot of articles, a lot of videos people are making to understand who this man is. And not until he appeared in Aso Rock and posed to take a picture with the president, or the man parading himself as the president of Nigeria. Now, so what I have come to do is that, first of all, I want to start by analyzing the state of emergency, being the threat of state of emergency being issued by Malami. Malami issued state of emergency, a threat for state of emergency in Anambra State. I do not need to tell you what state of emergency is. I do not want to tell you what is behind the state of emergency, but what I have come to tell you now is that the state of emergency and the insecurity that led to the threat of state of emergency is being sponsored by the same people, of which Umahi of Ebonyi State have actually come to confess that the politicians are importing killers into our land. Now, it will also shock you. It will also shock you that the same Umahi arrested somebody in Ebonyi State for making a Facebook post, actually confirming what Umahi said. When this particular person posted something that Umahi said on Facebook, Umahi ordered his arrest. And I don't know whether, I think they have arrested him. They arrested this guy for posting what Umahi said. The guy said that politicians are the one sponsoring the killing. They are paying money. He was telling the youth, why would you accept money from politicians to go and kill? Why the politicians cannot give you money to start up a business? That was the post this guy made. I'm going to show this guy on this screen, and this night we will demand Umahi to unconditionally release that boy. I don't know who he is, but the guy said exactly what Umahi said on channel television. Why would you go and arrest him? They don't want any other person to talk. They want that whatever they dish to the public, everybody will take it and nobody will counter them. That is what they are looking for. And that's why it is very important God position us in the places where we are today for this day that we are into. So that we will be your voice. So that we will say those things that they will not allow you to say to educate people in Nigeria. And this evening, we are going to look into the Constitution of Nigeria. Malami, you said that Malami is Attorney General of the Federation. And we are going to now bring you the Constitution of Nigeria. What did the Constitution say about state of emergency? We are going to bring you Section 45 of the Nigeria Constitution 1999 as amended. What this Section 45 is telling you is addressing the state of emergency. And what is the state of emergency? Once state of emergency is imposed, it means that everything is grounded. Every democratic right, every right you have to free movement is grounded during the time of the state of emergency. And we have come this evening to make it very clear that no election will take place in Biafra land, starting from Anambra. And I have come to also educate you on why on why we must not allow the election to take place in Biafra land. Because not us allowing it, but the declaration of state of emergency, or even the current military invasion of Biafra land, is a pre-state of emergency. And with the exercise lasting for as long as 3 months, we are already in a pre-state of emergency situation in Anambra State and in the entire eastern region. On that pre-state of emergency note, where our land has been militarized, we therefore continue to maintain that no election will take place in Biafra land starting from Anambra State. You don't have election in a militarized zone. You don't have election in a place where you have military intimidation, harassment, and all that. We are going to use this particular election to set example to Nigeria. And we are going to make sure that the agreement between Anambra and Nigeria is not renewed coming this November. Now, let us watch what Malami did. I want you people to understand, after showing you the video of this Malami, we are going to visit the Constitution of Nigeria and what does the Constitution say. One moment. And then for those who are talking about Nelly, I will urge you to disregard what this Photoshop you saw, putting that Nelly paid money to somebody. That is a complete lie. It is not, it's laughable. First of all, that man cannot have University of Baltimore as a letterhead. It doesn't, if you work in university before, and you want to write a letter, you do not use university official letterhead to write to somebody. Do you understand me? So that letter is complete false, complete forgery, and not just forgery, but a very cheap blackmail against Dr. Nelly Ofebu. So you people should disregard it. No professor will write opinion and put university letterhead to write a personal letter or response to any organization in the world. It is not done. So if you are sharing that thing, actually you are belittling yourself. So anybody sharing that particular thing is you are just bringing yourself very low to as the people who forged it. So I'm just for those of you working in university, you will understand me, especially professors. You will understand me that you cannot, apart from there is no signature. Even if there is no signature, it may be that he sent it through email. So maybe he sent it through email. If you send a letter through email, it may not have a signature. But I'm concerned that you don't have you cannot use a letterhead of an institution, your personal opinion. You don't do that. Nobody does that. So you cannot do that. You have either you have your own letterhead, showing who you are, or that you are writing official letter in representing the school. Hey, that's a different thing. But you cannot just write you cannot just address a issue that have to do with you as a person, and then you are using letterhead. You are using the official school letterhead, and I don't think that is even official letterhead of the school. So let us focus and leave Dr. Nelly. The blackmail is cheap. Don't let it sell. It is even the man will be laughing at you people. He will say, "Look at this. Is that look at you people? Is that how these people are?" And again, I will make it very clear that those of you calling the man to, if anybody, no Biafran have called this man to threaten the man, because we are getting report that some Nigerian people are calling the man, and there is some kind of a threat and all that. Biafrans do not, let me set this record and make this thing very clear. Biafrans do not threaten people. Biafra do not call to anybody and threaten them. No Biafrans does that. And so any report that is coming, especially from FBI, that people are threatening that man is a lie. Biafrans do not call to, Biafra don't threat anybody. We have been writing officially to the school. We have been writing officially to the man, and we also made our comment, our anger in public. For example, some of us posted on Twitter, some of us posted on Facebook, some of us wrote to him by writing, not by telephone call. We wrote to his personal and private email, and then also wrote to the school officially. And we are going to sue him. We are going to make sure we sue him. And if the school did not, sanction that man for that slanderous opinion, we will also sue the school as well. So anybody that is preparing anything against Biafrans for threatening that man is wasting his time. Biafrans don't threat. We know that Nigeria government may have paid him. We know that after paying him, they may have made calls and all that. Whoever made call is making call as an individual. Whoever made call to that man is calling as a person. The person is not representing indigenous people of Biafra. The person is not representing IPOB. The person is not representing Biafrans. He is not a representative of Biafra. He is not appointed to any position. So anybody that picks up phone to call that man and threaten him is doing that on his or her own. So this man must not come and say, Biafra people are threatening me. Because Nigeria people have called probably to claim that they are Biafrans. So this note, I make it very clear here. You can cut this particular video and make it go viral in case if they come to claim that the IPOB have come to threaten the man and all that. We don't threaten people, especially where we know that we have right, where we know there are other ways to follow it. We do it that way. And that's what we are telling you this evening. We are going to follow every legal remedies available to make sure he pays for it. Now, having said that, I want to now bring the video of Malami. I want you to understand what is going on. The state of emergency threat against Anambra State. Let us go there.
When our national security is attacked, and the sanctity of our constitutionally guaranteed democracy is threatened, no possibility is ruled out. As a government, we have a responsibility to ensure the sustenance of our democratic order. As a government, we have a responsibility to provide security to lives and properties. So within the context of these constitutional obligations of the government and the desire to establish democratic norms and order, there is no possibility that is outruled. The government will certainly do the needful in terms of ensuring that our elections are held in Anambra, in terms of ensuring necessary security is provided.
You see, this is where the problem comes from. This man is telling you they are going to do everything to see that election take place in Anambra under state of emergency. It is not ruled out. That is where I question where they go to school. How can somebody be talking about state of emergency to now exercise a democratic right? This is where I questioned where this man went to school. Because you cannot be talking about a threat that is the state of emergency cannot be ruled out. If you understand the meaning of state of emergency, you cannot be imposing state of emergency to carry out a democratic process in Anambra State. That is why I maintain that election will not hold in Biafra land, starting from Anambra. Because the state of emergency, if they want to impose it, let them impose it. Where did he go to school? Why will he be threatening state of emergency to carry out a democratic right? So is he saying that state of emergency will be imposed and then from the state of emergency, they will now have the election in Anambra? Because state of emergency will restore peace, according to him. Let me tell you, when you have state of emergency, it means that every democratic right, you have taken it away from the citizen. That is what it means. And the Nigeria Constitution, also, which we know they don't know this man don't know the Nigeria Constitution. I must be very, very sincere with you. This man don't know the Nigeria Constitution. Because Nigeria Constitution have laid it down, some right, starting from section 35 or so, from section 35, if I'm not mistaken, from section 35 of Nigeria Constitution down to section 40 to section 41, if I'm not mistaken, have outlined right of the citizens. So when you impose the state of emergency, or when you declare the state of emergency in a state, that this right now and other right you have already taken away from the citizens. So how can you now be talking about, two conflicting things at the same time? State of emergency to have election in Anambra State. I don't know where he went to school, but this is the worst I have had, that somebody is trying to conduct election with state of emergency as a solution. Now let me tell you, remember that
to achieve.
Remember that
because we understand the facts that are out.
Remember that this particular this insecurity you see today, is being sponsored by the same people. But because of they don't regard the law, because they don't know the Constitution and all that. He's just Attorney General. When you have sound senior advocate of Nigeria everywhere, scattered all over southern Nigeria, they can't choose somebody who is very competent and who is sound with constitutional laws and all that. They don't know that. Now, I challenge anybody in Nigeria, both all their legal luminary and everybody, I challenge them to come and tell me, how will somebody who is Attorney General be issuing threat of state of emergency to conduct election? Have you ever heard anything about that anywhere? I'm going to also show you in Nigeria Constitution. I'm not just making it up on my own. I'm going to show you these things in Nigeria Constitution, and I will make it very snappy. So let us listen to him till the end.
And in terms of ensuring protection is accorded to lives and properties. So what I'm saying in essence, no possibility is approved by government in terms of ensuring the sanctity of our democratic order, in terms of ensuring that our elections in Anambra holds, and you cannot out all possibilities inclusive of the possibility of declaration of state of emergency.
Look at what Attorney General is speaking.
In essence, that there is failure on the part of the state government to ensure the sanctity of security of lives, properties, and democratic order. So our position as a government is these elections are going to hold, and necessary security in terms of democratic order must certainly prevail for the purpose of this election. So we are resolved to have the elections. The elections are going to hold, and no possibilities are ruled out in terms of ensuring the provision of security for the purpose of the conduct of the election as far as Anambra is concerned.
Look at the content and join English. It's not even about the English. It's not, just listening to cut and join English. Even, oh my God. And he said nothing is ruled out, including state of emergency is not ruled out. And he's your attorney general, a whole attorney general of a federation speaking these jargons that state of emergency is not ruled out. To be able to protect the democratic, for people to carry out their democratic right, they want to impose state of emergency. This is how they have they have misinterpreted. I said, this is how they have misinterpreted everything in Nigeria. They talk, if they write A, they say a B. How can attorney general, how can you 200 million people in Nigeria that have professors of law that are sound, not just sound though, not just sound, people that have brain, that their brain are, their brain is like fire, working, is having this non-entity, this buffoon, this itiboribo as attorney general, who don't know what is state of emergency, who cannot define state of emergency. Now, I did not even watch this up to, let me see whether this one is going to say something, because I didn't watch this video.
On the issue of farmers, herders, clashes.
Okay, I'm not going there. I'm not going there on the issue of herders, farmers, whatever. Now, I want to bring to you, let us visit the Constitution of Nigeria. What did the Constitution say? One moment. What did the Constitution say? This is the 1999 Constitution as amended. So we are going to go to section 45 of the 1999 Constitution as amended to know what is going on. 1999 Constitution, section 45 as amended. I want to be watching this from Biafra as well to know when things are not working well, so I can quickly make some adjustment. All right. Section 45. What did Section 45 say? Section 45 of the 1999 Constitution as amended talked about restriction. See it here. Restriction from fundamental human right. So when you are talking about state of emergency, you are taking this right in this 45 away from the citizens of Nigeria. You are also taking this fundamental right here, the entire chapter 5 or so. You are taking this from 33, not from 33, but from 34. No, from 35, I think. You are taking from 35 down to up to 41. You see, you are taking if you invoke the state of emergency, you are taking from 35 to 31 to 41 away from Nigerians. So if you take this right away from Nigeria, automatically you are also taking the right to vote, the right to conduct election. Every democratic right has been taken away from Nigeria. So why would this man be threatening Anambra State with the state of emergency? Because he didn't go to school. He didn't go to school. Forget that he's Attorney General of Nigeria. he didn't go to school. And if he's actually claiming he go to school, we need to see what he did during his study. We need to see his credentials and his activities in school, because this has confirmed that he didn't go to school. And, of course, because he's able to defend himself and express himself on television does not mean that he actually went to school. So these are the people that passed, that went through the school of Nigeria with Umbo, bullet. They pack all their body, and the Islamic teachers, we always give them eye. You can write, answer the answer, no problem. Nobody will come for you. So let us look at 45. Section 45, and remember that the president have the right to give the state of emergency by invoking section 305 or 304, if I'm not mistaken. I think from section 304, 305. Now, look at the section 45 here. Section 45 is the state of emergency, which also deal with, even here, they claim that from this 37, so which means they are not even considering 35 and 36 in this state of emergency, which is another issue to argue about. So this constitution is written that they start from 37, but actually, when you look at the 37, when you look at the 35 and 36, you find out that it falls under this state of emergency, under the right that is taken away from Nigerians under the state of emergency. But they did not put it here. I don't know why. Let us go back, because I want everybody to understand so that they will not say, Simon Ekpa is doing this and doing that. So let us go to 35 for you to understand that this constitution, the way they wrote it, probably a Fulani man edited it, but let me show you here. When you go to this constitution, you see the fundamental right to personal liberty. Right to personal liberty was removed. This right to personal liberty, you cannot say you have right to personal liberty when a state of emergency is imposed and you can't move with your liberty. And you can, so the liberty here is that you are in your house. So they interpreted liberty meaning that you are in your house and then you can stay in your compound and don't come out. This is not liberty. Liberty is not, we know that there is something they call the freedom of movement and all that. But when you talk about liberty, you mean total liberty. Total liberty to move out of your street. Total liberty. Moving out of your street is not free movement. That is one thing here. They don't understand English. When you say freedom of movement, is not coming out of your street. Freedom of movement goes beyond coming out of your street. Freedom of movement means that you cannot move from one place to another, or you can move from one place to another. So the thing, this particular liberty here, they remove it. I don't know whether they understand whether liberty is only when you are in police cell. When they put you to police cell, they have deprived your liberty. This is not the interpretation of this liberty here. Then number 36, they remove it also. They say right to fair hearing. Okay. Now, how can you have right to fair hearing when a state of emergency is declared? If a state of emergency is declared, you don't even go to court. Okay. If there is a state of emergency, court will not even function, except if the state of emergency is not a state of emergency. When you say state of emergency, it means everything is grounded. You don't want to see people at that particular time. You don't want to see, I don't know, well, if they want to declare state of emergency, say maybe a particular time is given and all that. It's a different thing. But when you talk about complete state of emergency, court does not function. Okay? Court does not function. In order to restore whatever peace they think they want to restore, court, you don't have fair hearing, right to fair hearing. You can't have right to fair hearing in a state of emergency because the court doesn't function. So it means that every right here is taken away from the citizens. Now, of course, that's another thing to argue about for those who want to argue on constitutional, those who say they are constitutional lawyers and all that. But anyway, let us go straight to 45. The 45 The problem of Nigeria has always been interpretation. They don't know, they have law, they can't interpret it. Now, the 45 say, here is the 45. When this emergency is imposed, is declared, it means nothing in section 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41 of this constitution shall invalidate any law that is reasonably justifiable in a democratic society. In the interest of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, or public health, or for the purpose of protecting the rights and the freedom of freedom or other persons. In the act of the National Assembly shall not be invalidated by reason only that it provide for the taking during period of emergency of measures that derogate from the provision of the section 33, 35 of this constitution, but no such measure shall be taken in pursuance of any such act during period of emergency, save to the extent that those measures are reasonable, justifiable for the purpose of dealing with the situation that exists during the period of emergency. Okay? Now, provided that nothing in this section shall authorize any derogation from the provision of section 33 of this constitution, except in respect of death resulting from act of war, or authorize any derogation from the provision of section 36(8) of the Constitution. In this section, a period of emergency means any period during which there is in force a proclamation of a state of emergency declared by the president in exercise of the power conferred on him under section 305 of this Constitution. Have you seen it? So, in essence, there are this whole right is like they suspend the right of the people. Now, when you suspend the right of the people, why would you then want to talk about a democratic process taking place in a state where you have declared state of emergency? You see, we need to know where they go to school. We need to know how they pass their law school. We need to know, what kind of, whether there is any critical thinking, how they were able to develop their critical thinking and critical reasoning to become a senior advocate of Nigeria in the first place, and to the extent of becoming the Attorney General. Of course, becoming Attorney General of Nigeria, we know what is behind it. We know it is only to advance the Fulani conquest of Nigeria, so that whatever they do, they don't know it. That is why this evening I have come to say that had it been that we resisted Hope Uzodinma, we would not be in this mess. Had it been we resisted Hope Uzodinma of Imo State and resisted everything that happened in Imo State, we would not be in this mess. So this time around, we cannot allow anything to happen like in Imo State. We must rise up to resist everything, every attempt to conquer our land by installing anything, anybody. So we are going to make sure we rise up. And this is not something just to talk about. This is not something to overlook. We have to rise up to stop anything that is going to make them destabilize Anambra State. What you see in Anambra State today is a sponsored insecurity. Who is sponsoring them? The politicians themselves. When Umahi say politicians sponsoring them, you know what he's talking about. Everybody know. We know. Okay? But then, those who already hate Biafra struggle, who don't even know their left and right, they're already accusing IPOB. Oh, ESN. Oh, this. But then, the people who are doing it know why they are doing it. And I have come to tell you this evening that the reason why they are doing it, the reason why there are insecurity in Biafra land, the reason why they are focused in Anambra State is that they sponsor those insecurity to create chaos, to be able to bring military, to now declare state of emergency, and to begin to destabilize Anambra State and possibly take over Anambra State, install somebody who is going to be a willing tool. We must rise up against any politician that is involved in making this insecurity, in planning this insecurity in the Southeast. We are going to rise up against any politicians that are also implementing and importing killers into our land to kill our people. And we know them. We know them. Now, I want to tell you one thing. If you think what I'm saying is a lie, if you think what I'm saying is a lie, I want to show you something. I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm about to do. There is a man called Yakubu Musa Katsina, otherwise called Kafanchan. If somebody asks, what if they put, please ask your question when I have finished this exposition. I don't want to get distracted now. Ask your question after this exposition, and I will answer you. There is somebody called Musa, Yakubu Musa Kafanchan or Katsina. He is a known terrorist. His name was also in a letter sent to the United Nations in 2007, either 2007 or 2017. I want to show you an exposition this evening for you to understand that what is going on with Aso Rock is a systematic plan to conquer Nigeria, and if you are sleeping and playing politics, you are going to be the biggest victim. All right, so we are going there now. One moment. Remember, we are now still in those sponsoring crisis, sponsoring insecurity in Biafra land. And I'm telling you now, they are caliphate. Now, I want you to look at this. This man you are seeing now, Yakubu Musa Katsina. Yakubu Musa Katsina. Look at him. You know, when they want to describe them, they will always say a renowned Islamic scholar. You cannot hear them say a renowned Christian, a renowned bishop, a renowned Catholic priest, a renowned Biafra agitator, a renowned this, a renowned, who is only in Islamic cleric in Nigeria, you'll be hearing a renowned. Now, Yakubu Musa Katsina, also known as Yakubu Musa Hassan. Now his name have changed from all this Katsina and Hassan to Kafanchan. He's a renewed Islamic scholar and a member of the founding leaders of one of the largest Islamic organizations in West Africa, GBIS, where he still serves as the chairman of board of trustees. Did you hear that? So you may now begin to shift your satellite to Islamic organization called in West Africa called GBIS. What is GBIS? GBIS is Izala Society or Jamatu Izalati Bidwa Ikwamatus Sunnah, also called GBIS. Is a Salafi movement originally established in northern Nigeria to fight what it sees as the Bida innovation. This man established an organization to fight innovation practiced by the Sufi Brotherhood. It is one of the largest Sunni society in Nigeria, Chad, Niger, and where again? Chad, Niger, and other places. Now, so if you are looking for where these killers in our land are coming from, don't go far from this man. Okay? Do not go far from this man you see here. Okay? Now, let us now. When we are talking about the Islamic all this what is going on, we are overlooking this particular organization that I've just shown you now, which this man was a member of them. Is the board of trustee, like chairman of the board of trustee, like you see, but nobody is talking about them. But these are the one of the most deadly terror group in operating in Africa. But nobody is talking about them. But they are operating. So now look at those who are welding machine gun coming to our land. Who are there? Who are there? You don't know? Now, I want to tell you something. Remember that this man I've just showed you now is a very close ally to Aso Rock. Okay? He's a very close ally to Aso Rock. And I'm going to show you now his ties to Aso Rock. One moment. I'm going to show you his ties to Aso Rock because that is who they are. The Aso Rock connection. Where is the stuff? One moment. The Aso Rock connection. Now, the man I just showed you is something now. I want to show you where he is romancing the president, or the one parading himself as president. Now, this is the man. This is the man here posing with the man parading him. This is him here. Let me zoom this. Do you see him? This is the man here posing with the president, or the man parading himself as president with his group. Now I want you to read this. Abuja. President Muhammad Buhari say his administration will investigate and bring to book all perpetrators of mayhem across the country, reiterating that no religion or civilized culture tolerate violence, especially the taking of another person's life. I don't know. This is 2018. No, this publication is 2018. As you can see, it's January 2nd, 2018. The President Muhammad Buhari, in a handshake with the leader of the group, Sheikh Bala Lau and Sheikh Yakubu Musa Hassan, during an audience by the Izulta Bida Wa, led by Sheikh Lau at the State House in Abuja. You can imagine. These are the terrorists that are parading and making decisions to influence, and they are sponsoring the killing and the insecurity in the southeast and the south, and the northeast, the northwest, the middle belt, and the Oduduwa land. These people you see here, they are one of them. Of course, Pantami is one of them. Now, I want to now shock you. You see the man you see here. You see that man you see here. You see this man here. Let me now shock you with a letter sent to the UN. Let me now shock you with a letter sent to the UN, to the United Nations. Okay? To the United Nations, which day? On February 8, 2017. Let me shock you now. But nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon. And Omahi is boasting. Omahi is boasting. Omahi is a willing tool. I want you to look at the document here. Look at it. United Nations. Is it bold enough? United Nations Security Council, General, 8 February 2007, original English. Did you see that? 2007. Later dated 7 February 2007 from the chairman of the Security Council Committee established pursuant to Resolution 1373-2001 concerning counter-terrorism addressed to the president of the Security Council. Are you seeing it? The Counter-Terrorism Committee has received the attached third report of the Nigeria submitted pursuant to paragraph 6 of the resolution 1373/2001, see Annex. I would be grateful if you could arrange for the present letter and its annex to be circulated as a document of the Security Council. Are you people hearing it? Security Council, the United Nations. But you know today, Fulani man, Fulani woman is there to do the job. That is why nobody is talking about this letter anymore. Now you see, signed, Ricardo Alberto Arias, Chairman, Security Council Committee established pursuant to Resolution 1373/2001 concerning counterterrorism. This is about counterterrorism. Now, let us go to this annex. You see, I don't need to be reading it, but I am moving forward. This is page 2. Counterterrorism report on Nigeria, country report of Nigeria on counterterrorism. I don't need to read this, okay? But this is UN document, official document of the UN. You see, this is page 3, page 4, terrorism. This is page 5. Now look at page 5. This is page 5. Let us go to page 6. Here is page 6. I want to stop at this page 6 and I want to read this page 6. The page 6 of this official document of the United Nations read, Court sitting in Abuja on Friday, March 3, 2006, an application stopping and freezing the financial and economic assets, including business properties and things within Nigeria belonging to or associated with Ahmed Idris, Nasrid Nigeria Limited, and 3 other companies in that group. The assets were accordingly fortified to the federal government of Nigeria in the interim. The Nigeria Department of State has also done considerable work in respect of tackling or tracking down terrorists and freezing and or seizing their assets. It has set up counter-terrorism center in Lagos, Kanu, Maiduguri, Abuja to facilitate its surveillance. In 2005, the service arrested 6 local Taliban extremists returning from GSPC terrorist camp. Are you people listening? The money in their possession was also seized. It had in 2002 foiled attempt by GSPC to establish terrorist cell in Katsina and in Kano, Nigeria. The leader of the network, Yakubu Musa Kafanchan. This Yakubu you saw with President Inani Nasorok, look at his name here in the UN official document. Look his name here. Are you seeing it? Now tell me, what was the reason for Yakubu Musa to setting up Taliban camp in Nigeria and the plan to bomb Nigeria and the plan to start attacking and all that? It is to carry out the same attack you see in Afghanistan today. I have come to raise alarm. The Nigerian government is negotiating with Taliban in Afghanistan for arms. People thought I was joking. This man is the contact of the Taliban in Nigeria. He is the one that is now negotiating the federal government arm deal with Taliban in Afghanistan. Have you seen it? This is the same Yakubu Kafanchan was arrested and prosecuted and money and equipment found in their possession confiscated. Today, you saw him in Asorok telling the president how far they have gone in the southeast, telling the president how far they are going to go in the southeast. Similarly, the activities of Haruna Sahru, another agent of the GSPC, financing extremists, and the terrorist activities by laundering proceeds from smuggled goods was detected and dismantled. Several properties, including technical equipment, were seized and Mr. Sagru arrested and detained. I don't want to go further. I have just proved to you this is UN official document. Did you see it? UN official document dated February 7, 2007. 2007, yes. Look at it. Look at it. Today, he was the man. He was the man you saw with the man in Aso Rock. This is how they are sponsoring the killing in the southeast. This is the people that are using Umahi to destabilize our region, destabilize and kill our people. You see it? These are the people who are pressing the button from the northern Nigeria, and our people are dying. When you hear that they imported terrorists, that they are not Nigerians, they are responsible. They have contact to this group all over Africa. They know how to tell them to come to Nigeria. They know when to tell them to come. They know when to tell them to go back. And Umahi even admitted that they hear that some of these herdsmen are not Nigerians. But the people that are sponsoring Umahi, giving Umahi hope, that he swore an oath. Umahi swore an oath with Nigeria Constitution. And the oath Umahi swear is to serve Fulani, not to serve. I don't know whether the oath is to serve Fulani or to serve the Constitution of Nigeria, which is very clear. So ask Umahi, is the oath you swear, is it to serve the Fulani or is it to serve the Constitution of Nigeria? Because the Constitution of Nigeria is very clear, even though there are some people claim the Constitution is this and that. The Constitution of Nigeria is very, very clear. The Constitution of Nigeria understands and recognizes what you call the federal character system. And that federal character system has been breached with impunity. What did Umahi do? Have Umahi risen up to question the people that have violated the Constitution of Nigeria that preach fairness, equity, and justice? Has Umahi risen up to say, I condemn the appointment of the presidency appointed Fulani everywhere, and that does not represent the Constitution of Nigeria? That is what he swore an oath. He did not swear an oath to serve Fulani. Tell Umahi today that I'm reminding him that the oath he swore was to serve the Constitution, protect the Constitution, and the Constitution did not say that you must disrespect other tribe, you must import terrorists into other tribe, you must import killers in order to drive or in order to advance your political interests, like he claimed in the video. Umahi said that politicians are importing criminals and killers into Southeast to advance their political interests. And he swore an oath to protect this kind of politicians that are importing criminals into our land to advance their political interest. Now, Umahi also should understand that arresting people who are just posting quotes that come from him is also part of the instability and insecurity in the Southeast. And I'm making it very clear this evening, Umahi will be held responsible for the killing in Onitsha Igboeze, where people are being massacred every day. I am asking Umahi, who imported those killers in Onitsha Igboeze in your own community? Who imported the killers? Are you the one who imported them? Tell Umahi that all the people that are being killed in Onitsha Igboeze, we are keeping the record. The other day, 2 lawyers, 2 barristers were killed, slaughtered by a Bubago, under the supervision of Governor Umahi. Who is the politician that imported a Bubago? Who imported a Bubago? Umahi will answer this question at the ICC. Tell him that Simon Ekpa said he will answer this question at the ICC. He's a Bubagu, murdered people, lawyers in Onichi Ibweze. And we have been receiving a report of the Bubagu massacre in Onichi Ibweze. So Mahi should answer the question. He should stop talking about Anambra. He should focus on Ebonyi State to tell our people and tell the people of Biafra who are the politicians that imported the Bubagu into Ebonyi State and precisely in Onicha Ibweze to be killing our people. Because there are people who saw a Bubagu killing them. And this is not the first time. Now, for you to understand and for you to know that Umahi is also accomplice in this criminal and in this sponsored attack on Biafra land, I want to show you something. First of all, I have been able to prove to you the people that are sponsoring the insecurity all over Nigeria. They are the Fulanis, they are the Caliphate, and the presidency is backing them. Every person that have terrorist hand, every person that have their hands soiled in terrorism, have always visited the Aso Rock. You have a serving minister that everybody knows is a terrorist. You say he's happy when infidels are killed. The records are there. Now, what I want to show you now is Umahi arresting a young man called Geoffrey. I'm going to show you the letter addressed to the inspector, to the commissioner of police in Ebonyi State by commissioner of is it commissioner of information or something like that. I want to show you, because when you don't see these things, you don't know where your problem is coming from. I understand that Umahi have come to make it very clear that politicians are importing killers into Biafra land. And from what he said, we understand he may be one of the politicians that are importing those killers. Otherwise, he should be able to tell us why is he ordering arrest of somebody who posted or made a comment about his own speech. I don't know whether this is going to be clear, but as you can see, I'm going to read this particular letter addressed to the Commissioner of Police, Ebonyi State also. The Commissioner of Police, Ebonyi State Police Command, State Headquarters, Abakaliki, 8th of October, 2021. Dear sir, report of publication of fake news. I don't know whether the Commissioner of Information Ebonyi State also, whether he went to school, whether he understands what is fake news. I want the people of Ebonyi to copy this, to cut this particular video and send to that commissioner. Tell the commissioner that this video, this particular session of video is for him to educate him to understand what is fake news. Now, this commissioner, Umahi, through this commissioner, because I know what Umahi can do. Umahi, through this commissioner, wrote this: report of publication of fake news, hate speech, and incisive publication and cyberbullying by Godfrey Chikwere. By one Mr. Godfrey Chikwere. Umahi called it cyber bullying. I write to inform your esteemed office as follows. That on the 8th day of October 2021, at about 14:44 hours, one Godfrey Chikwere with phone number this did publish a fake news and incisive post in Facebook profile called Godfrey Chikwere and other media platform and stated as follows. Nigeria Army is seriously and willingly losing respect. Now tell me, what is fake news for somebody saying that Nigeria Army is seriously and willingly losing respect? Are they not losing respect? Is it not the same Nigeria Army that both international and national media have accused and with evidences and fact? My people watching me this evening, ask the commissioner, what is fake news and hate speech in Nigeria Army is seriously and willingly losing respect? Are they not losing respect? If they did not lose respect to the commissioner, does it mean that they did not lose respect to the people of Biafra? Now, with all the killing, humiliation, and the abduction of people, including the latest one, the humiliation of Chinwetarago and the woman, the elderly woman that you saw on the video, from that single act, didn't the Nigerian Army lose respect? For that single act alone. Now, number two, that on the same date, on the same 8th of October, Godfrey Chikwere in the Facebook profile made a dangerous and disturbing publication and stated as follows. The politicians can pay a youth to murder a perceived political enemy, but they can give such, of course he wanted to say, but they can't give such youth money to start a business. My people, this is what this Godfrey said that warranted entire Ebonyi State political, what can I call them, to begin to write the commissioner of police. And this is dangerous to them, forgetting that Umahi himself have also made more dangerous statement than this. Umahi said that politician has imported killers into Southeast to advance their political interest. Now, what is different from what Umahi said and what this update, what this young man wrote here? Umahi said that the politician imported killers into Southeast to advance their political interest. This man wrote, the politicians can pay a youth to murder a perceived political enemy, but they can't give such youth money to start business. Is it not the same thing? Umahi said they imported killers into Southeast to advance their political career. Did they not pay them money? When you say import, are you importing them free of charge? Did you not pay the killers money to come and kill to advance your political interest? The question now is that, will you give the same money you give to the youth to import him? Can you give the money to the same youth to go and start a business without telling him to go and kill somebody in Anambra State? Now, this is number one. Let's go to the second page of this particular letter addressed to the Commissioner of Police, Ebonyi State. And then after this, I will come to play the video of Umahi making a more dangerous statement than what this guy wrote. Now you are looking at one moment. Now you are looking at the statement, the second page, the page 2. Now 3, that this false, fake, and decisive publication is I didn't get one, is intended to cause fear, cyberbullying, riot, crisis, and breach of peace in the state. Copy of publication attached. That Godfrey Chikwere has acted in violation of the Ebonyi State Cyber Crimes Prohibition Law of 1012 of 2021. Copy of the law attached. So Ebonyi State, Umahi, have actually enacted a law in 2021 to cage Ebonyi people from commenting on social media. What an evil man. So there is a law of 2021, but there is no law on open grazing. There is no law yet on open grazing, at least we have not seen it. Prayer. I pray your good office to arrest and prosecute Godfrey Chikwere for publishing rumor. He say rumor. He say rumors and statement capable of causing fear and the false alarm under Section 4 of Ebonyi State Cybercrime Prohibition Law 2021. Thank you for your prompt action. Yours faithfully, Honorable Barrister Oji, Uchenna Oji. And every time they put themselves honorable and they will add it barrister. I don't know where they are getting their barrister title, Commissioner for Information and the State Orientation. Now, tell me, what made this man, what qualifies this man to become Commissioner for Information? Is it the barrister title or is it the honorable title? I do not know. But now, I want to now tell you, I want to show you now what Umahi did, whether what Umahi said and what this man said. Which one is more dangerous? Which one is more is capable of bringing crisis? Which one is capable of bringing anarchy and causing confusion in the southeast? What Umahi said and what this man wrote. I want all of you to watch and pay attention as I bring the video, because our own is that we dey do it a show. Let us go there. Copy this session, cut it, and send it to the commissioner, to the uneducated commissioner who claimed to be cyber whatever or commissioner for information, because they are just the same thing like Fulanis. Now tell the commissioner that ordered the arrest of that Godfrey Chikwere that to watch this and listen to what Umahi said, whether it is more dangerous or what that guy wrote is more dangerous. Because that guy is writing according to what come out from Umahi's mouth. Now watch.
Then they started to issue orders of threats, if you do this, we will do this, and all kinds of stuff. And so, along the line, the whole exercise is being hijacked. In Southeast, you no longer have kidnappers, cultists, everyone that does one criminality or the other claims to be ipob. And also, some politicians, from what we learned, also capitalized on that and began to also import killers from outside Southeast.
You see that? Some politicians, from what they learned, capitalized on that and began to import killers to the Southeast. My people, why would somebody who is a commissioner of information, not knowing what his own governor, who appointed him a commissioner of police or a commissioner of information, write a statement, wrote a petition to the commissioner of police to come and arrest somebody for only posting what his own governor said? Is that not impunity? Is that not a disgrace? That man shouldn't, that man is not qualified to be a class prefect. On this note, I am calling on Ebonyi State and that man, that commissioner of whatever he called himself, to, as a matter of urgency, release that young boy. Tell him that that young man, if anything happens to him, he will not enjoy himself in Ebonyi State. Tell him that this man, that young man, must be released unconditionally because he committed no crime. The only thing he did was to post what Umahi said. Umahi used a very dangerous and more incisive word. He said, from what we learned, politicians are now importing killers. He used the word killers into Southeast to advance their political interest. What more? What more what is more dangerous than Umahi now agreeing and publicly stating that politicians, which he know imported killers. He said killers. He said killers. Now this young boy wrote that Why would politicians pay youth to go and kill, and they cannot pay the money to start business? My brother, what is different from what Umahi said and what this young man wrote in his Facebook page? That a commissioner of information, because he is appointed a commissioner, he will now begin to use police, Fulani police. Because if you go and check who is the commissioner of police in Ebonyi State, you will see one Haruna or something, you will see one Muhammad or something, or the name cannot be, far from these two. You will use police to harass your own citizen. And say it's a fake news. How does this, where is the fake news in this? I want you to listen to Omahe again, because I want you to cut. If you know anybody, I don't know this guy. If you know anybody close to the, cut this thing and send to the commissioner, because some of them are just being used as a willing tool to advance the Fulani interest in our land. They want everybody to be afraid. They want everybody to be afraid. They don't want anybody to talk. I want you to listen to Omahi again.
One criminality or the other claims to be ipob. And also, some politicians from what we learned also capitalized on that and began to also import killers from outside Southeast, to advance their political interest.
Did you hear that? Politicians begin to import killers into Southeast to advance their political interest. That's why I say nobody will rise up against those that are being used as willing tool. We want to ask this commissioner of information, where did this young man go wrong? How did this man go wrong by saying politicians pay youth to kill and they cannot give them the money to start business? What is different from what that guy said and what your governor who appointed you a commissioner of information? What is different? Which one is more dangerous? Is it the governor that is telling us that the politician, as a chief security officer of a state in one of the states or in the Southeast, telling us that he knows that some politicians are importing killers to come and kill, to use their killing to advance their political interests? Which one is more dangerous? Which one is more inciting? Which one is inciting the public? I am asking you. My people, on this note, we're going to bring this broadcast to an end. I don't want it to be more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. And today you have known a lot about those behind the attack and insecurity in Nigeria. The insecurity you see in Nigeria today is planned, well planned many years ago, and they are now executing it. And it is our responsibility to stop them. They will be bringing military to try to suppress us and create fear in us. We must be resolute. We must be brave. We must resist this invasion of our land by caliphate. What I want to do now is that after the military, when they must have demoralized everybody, the Fulanis, the foot soldier from Central African Republic, and they are the member of all this group I've just reviewed this evening, they will invade our land with machine guns. We must give the military tough time. On this note, I say thank you very much for watching this evening. We continue this exposition from where we stopped today. We continue tomorrow. Tomorrow will be more mind-blowing and more explosive. And I have to tell you again, for the 2 days you didn't hear from me, we are now back and well sophisticated with the exposition to make sure Nigeria is disintegrated in peace or in pieces. May God bless you. Good night, and see you tomorrow. Ayanarachi. Udo. Ekenemun. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa. May God bless the Middle Belt. May God bless Amazonia. May God bless nnamdi Kanu. May God bless ESN. May God bless Biafra agitators. May God bless IPOB worldwide. May God bless Sunday Igboho. May God bless Yoruba Nation now. May God bless you all and have a wonderful week and good night.